My ex-husband smiled through our entire divorce hearing, right until he reached page 14 of the settlement agreement. That's when he stopped breathing normally. And honestly, after everything he put me through, watching that confidence disappear so quickly felt almost unreal. 6 months earlier, I would have done anything to save our marriage, even after the affair, even after the lies. That's the embarrassing truth nobody tells you about betrayal. Sometimes the person who got hurt still tries harder than the person who caused it. I kept hoping he would become honest, remorseful, human again. Instead, he became strategic. The affair started with a woman from his firm, junior partner, 10 years younger than him. At first, he denied everything so aggressively that I actually questioned my own instincts. You're imagining things. She's just a coworker. You're being paranoid. Meanwhile, he was deleting messages while standing next to me in bed. I found out the truth 3 weeks before our 20th anniversary trip. Not because he confessed, because he accidentally forwarded me a hotel confirmation meant for her, a luxury resort in Napa. The exact same weekend he told me he had a leadership conference. What hurt the most wasn't even the cheating. It was how ordinary he acted afterward. He still asked me what I wanted for dinner, still reminded me about dentist appointments, still kissed my forehead before work. Like betraying me had somehow become normal inside his routine. The divorce process revealed who he had already become. By the second month, he stopped talking emotionally altogether. Everything became numbers, assets, percentages, liabilities. Our marriage reduced to spreadsheets. And somehow, he seemed weirdly confident the entire time. Too confident, especially about money. That should have warned me earlier. During mediation, he kept making small comments that bothered me. You'll be fine financially. I already offered more than most people would. You should think long-term instead of emotionally. Emotionally. Like reacting to betrayal was somehow the irrational choice. Meanwhile, he was spending thousands on vacations with his mistress during active divorce proceedings. The hypocrisy eventually became exhausting. The final settlement meeting happened on a Thursday afternoon downtown. Cold rain outside. Everyone tired. Everyone wanting it over. He arrived 15 minutes late, wearing a navy suit I had bought him years earlier. That detail irritated me more than it should have, because somehow he still carried pieces of my life everywhere, while acting like I was disposable. His lawyer looked relaxed, almost cheerful, which immediately made me suspicious. Then my ex sat down across from me, leaned back comfortably, and smiled. Not kindly, not nervously, confidently, like he already knew something I didn't. And for a few minutes, I genuinely wondered whether I had missed something catastrophic in the financial disclosures. Then the paperwork started moving across the table, page after page. Property division, retirement accounts, investment allocations. Normal, expected, until we reached the inheritance section. That's when his lawyer casually said, "We should probably clarify the trust language now." My ex smirked immediately. Actually smirked. And in that moment, I finally understood why he had been so calm this entire time. Because he thought he had already won. The trust fund came from his grandfather. Old family money. Quiet wealth. Not billionaire money. Worse, the kind hidden behind lawyers, property holdings, and phrases like generational protection. During our marriage, his family treated it almost like royalty. Something untouchable. Whenever I asked financial questions, my ex always answered vaguely. It's complicated. The structure is private. It's mostly locked anyway. At the time, I trusted him enough not to push harder. Looking back now, that trust feels almost embarrassing. His lawyer adjusted her glasses and slid another document toward me. The inheritance distributions remained protected family assets under the prenup. There it was, the real reason for his confidence. Because according to him, the trust would eventually make him wealthier than anything we were dividing in the divorce. And suddenly, his behavior over the past few months made sense. The expensive trips, the reckless spending, the complete lack of panic about settlements. He thought future money would erase present consequences. My lawyer stayed unusually quiet beside me, which immediately caught my attention, because she wasn't a quiet person. Then she asked calmly, "Can you clarify whether Daniel has already received his final vested distribution?" The room shifted slightly. Small change, but noticeable. His lawyer straightened in her chair. My ex looked confused for the first time all afternoon. "Not yet," his attorney answered carefully. My lawyer nodded once, then opened another folder, and suddenly, I understood why she had spent the last 2 weeks asking me strangely specific questions about his grandfather's estate documents. She already knew something. She slid a single page across the table, not dramatically, almost casually. Then she said the sentence that changed everything. "The final inheritance transfer is conditional upon marital status continuity under Article 7. Silence. My ex frowned immediately. What does that mean? For the first time all day, his confidence cracked. My lawyer folded her hands calmly. "It means your grandfather structured the final distribution around preservation of the original family unit." My ex laughed once. Short, dismissive. "That's not enforceable." But his lawyer didn't laugh. That's when I felt the first real shift in the room, because suddenly, the only person who looked nervous wasn't me. His attorney started flipping through documents quickly, faster than before. Meanwhile, my ex kept talking, still trying to sound relaxed. "My grandfather barely updated that trust in years." No response. His lawyer kept reading silently, and little by little, I watched the color leave my ex-husband's face, because now he understood what was happening. The affair hadn't just destroyed the marriage. It had triggered a clause his grandfather specifically designed to prevent exactly this. My lawyer finally spoke again, carefully, precisely. "If the marriage dissolves due to documented infidelity prior to final vesting," she paused, "the remaining distribution reverts back into the family trust." This time, nobody spoke, not even my ex, because suddenly, page 14 mattered more than every other page combined. He grabbed the document from his lawyer's hands so fast the paper bent, started reading frantically, again, then again slower. And for the first time since the divorce began, I saw actual fear in his eyes. The room stayed silent for almost 30 seconds. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. My ex just kept staring at the trust language, like the words might rearrange themselves if you read them enough times. Then, finally, he looked at his lawyer. "You told me this was protected." That was the moment I realized something almost unbelievable. He genuinely hadn't read the clause carefully himself. He had spent months acting financially untouchable, while assuming old family money would automatically protect him from consequences. His attorney spoke carefully. "We believed the infidelity provision was outdated." My ex looked back down at the papers, more desperate this time. "What exactly does reverts to trust control mean?" Nobody answered immediately. That silence told him everything before the explanation even came. Finally, his attorney cleared her throat. "It means the remaining inheritance distribution may no longer transfer directly to you." May. Interesting word, because legally cautious people use may when they already know the answer is probably yes. My ex leaned back, staring at the ceiling, and suddenly, he didn't look powerful anymore. He looked scared. Not emotionally, financially. That distinction mattered. Because even after destroying a 20-year marriage, the thing that finally rattled him was money. And honestly, that hurt in its own way too. My lawyer remained perfectly calm beside me. "The trustees have already been notified of the divorce filing," she added. His head snapped toward her immediately. "What?" There was concern regarding timing. Timing, another careful legal word hiding a brutal reality underneath it. because now he understood what everyone else in the room already realized. The affair didn't just end the marriage. It triggered financial consequences his own grandfather had specifically designed to prevent. I watched him reread the clause again, searching for an escape route hidden somewhere between the paragraphs. But there wasn't one. The trust language was brutally specific. If the marriage dissolved due to documented infidelity before final vesting, the remaining inheritance stayed locked inside the family trust permanently. Hundreds of millions. Gone. For the first time in our entire relationship, my ex looked genuinely small. Not because he lost money, because the your kin choices had destroyed the future he thought was guaranteed. Then something gonna happened I'll probably remember forever. He looked directly at me. Not angrily, not bitterly. Panicked. "Claire," he started quietly. I already knew what was coming. The soft voice, the sudden vulnerability appearing exactly when the money disappeared. I stood up slowly before he could finish, gathered my documents, closed my folder. Because in that moment, I finally understood something clearly. He didn't suddenly value the marriage. He valued what the marriage protected. There's a difference, a massive one. I said the only thing I had truly wanted to say for months. You should have read page 14 sooner. And for the first time since discovering the affair, I walked away feeling something I hadn't felt in a very long time. Not heartbreak, relief.